ISIS and North Korea pale in comparison to America's truest threat, and this threat comes in the form of one of our allies. The reality is, China has been using government-funded hackers to steal from industries in America crucial to our economic structure since before the recession in 2009. I point to an article written out of Time magazine penned by Sam Frizzell, which should alert us to the greatest danger any country is actually posing to America right now. Evident through countless ongoing lawsuits detailed in the article, they are attacking our steel and metals industry, as well as stealing the technology from our energy sector. What they are stealing is our newest and most cutting-edge tech, which is no coincidence. It shows tactical, organized attacks that were almost too covert to even detect. While acting blameless in the last quarter century, their economy has risen meteorically. Now do we know why? The American steel industry has suffered the staunchest attacks for years, and today China controls about half the world's steel production for market. China has dumped low-cost steel on our doorstep, bypassing many of our international tariffs since the turn of the millennium. U.S. Steel sued them only to be attacked in 2010 and have their strategy for litigation stolen. U.S. Steelworkers Union, who were discussing plans to slow unfairly imported steel into America, was hacked, and emails from as high as the president of the union were stolen. Even American juggernaut Alcoa, the world's third largest producer of aluminum, has been the target of these Chinese hackers. They are taking over the lion's share of the steel market while we are systematically being phased out. But it's not just steel. Ask anyone today and they will tell you our industry for the future is energy. Well, it won't be if our newest technologies keep showing up in China. Solar panel technology was stolen from Solar World AG in 2012, and solar panels have become a major American import from China in recent years. Nuclear power technology stolen from Westinghouse Electric Company allowed China to then build nuclear power plants without paying millions or billions in research. So what's a company to do? You're introducing a product, but then someone else has your product and they can sell it much cheaper because they aren't paying for years of research and development. China is able to shrink its overhead by stealing technology specifics and then sells products that are invented in America back to America. But then they don't sell it all that cheap. Actually, they somehow sell it to us at the highest price we would have even paid. How? Well, the answer is these Chinese hackers don't just read our emails for our design and our specs. They look for ways to outnegotiate us. During the hacks, sensitive information about American regulators is revealed, essentially showing our hand and allowing an unfair advantage for these Chinese exporters. During the Westinghouse hack, which lasted 3 years, the Chinese competitors were constantly being tipped off on American negotiating strategies. Westinghouse consistently got outbid because their competitor knew what their strategy was. The Westinghouse scenario puts it in perspective. They know all our negotiating strategies, and if they don't want to go through the hassle, they can just steal our product and sell it for cheaper. The industries that hold up this country are being manipulated, and it's costing us so much many can't even survive. Our steel and energy market is enduring economic torture these Chinese hackers are causing, and that's a huge threat for our future. And despite the evidence piling up, the Chinese are not answering to anything. But there seems to be some slight justice in the fact that this year, when these lawsuits are finally getting some media coverage, the Chinese economy is seeing its weakest growth in the last quarter century. While acting like an ally for years now, behind our back, China is stealing from America's heaviest industries with the use of these hackers. So when you curse ISIS expansions and North Korean nuclear tests, remember that the truest threat doesn't come in the form of violence or even from the face of a foe made in China or stolen from America.